Okay, Fire Escape Engineers Inspector Summary Video. It's Fire Escape Engineer Manassas here, and we're here in Harrison, New Jersey. What we got is a fire escape here that we're performing a confidence test on it. This confidence test is to determine whether or not this fire escape is ready to go to a load test. And the load test is to confirm that the fire escape is structurally sound and has been kept painted. But at this time, we're not able to perform a load test because of a few issues that I'm about to explain. The authority having jurisdiction, which is Harrison, shall accept by load test or other evidence of strength. And what I have here is a lot of welded connections that need to be either x-rayed or load tested. And to avoid the load test, if I drill these things out and I put a bolt in it and I keep the weld and I seal it, I avoid the x-ray or the load test. So I got a lot of welded connections. So a lot of welded frame. As soon as I bolt up this frame, as soon as I bolt up these straps for the grating, a lot of this fire escape was custom made here on the spot. So incorrect, railing system. They're using, very thin 5/8 round here. So this is sort of was made on the spot kind of thing. Even though the treads are not square head bolts, this fire escape is probably around 10 years old. They never sealed it, so I got water in here. So we either got to load test it or we got to change the bolts out and we got to seal it with silicone so that water doesn't get back in there. The lower stringer is welded. Again, x-ray it or load test it, or if I drill a hole through it and I bolt it, I avoid the load test. This ladder is a problem. It's a guillotine ladder. If I lift this up, it's going to come out of that hook. And then it drops down like a guillotine. Anybody below is going to get conked on the head, is going to get, maimed or killed. So we told the client we have an option. We can actually have plenty of room here to put this ladder up against this wall. And the last rung on the bottom can be 7 to 9 feet off the ground. We prefer 7 so that you can just jump to the ground. Looks like a safe area, not too many people breaking in, nice yard. So otherwise we have to put weights on this so that this thing, when you release it, it drops 2 to 3 feet per second. Currently right now it just goes 10 to 15 feet per second, and like a guillotine, it'll hurt or kill somebody. Again, an all welded ladder, punched through. So the ladder's in pretty good condition, but it's, the fact that it's a guillotine is a problem. All right, screwed back into the building. We got through bolts into the building that we need to verify on the inside or load test the platforms. Every one of these brackets is welded. So I got a welded bracket there. As soon as I pop a bolt through there, I don't have to verify it. As soon as I pop a bolt through there, I don't have to load test it or x-ray it. And in the back, the same thing. So use a gusset. And anything that's a welder, so this entire box frame up here needs to be rebolted to avoid having to have any of the welds x-rayed or load tested. And here's the main reason. See that water getting in there? That water gets in there and that's eating all these welds from the inside out. This is what happens when you use welds on fire escapes and you don't seal it continuously. The welds basically get eaten from the inside out. So even though they look good, we're starting to see the rust coming through already, see? So only an x-ray or a load test will verify this, but we don't have that. That's more money. It's cheaper just to rebolt. Again, improper stringer connection. We need to put a clip in here, bolt this way, and that avoids the need for me to verify this weld. See how that weld's already getting rust right there? See all that rust? That weld is being eaten from the inside out. So I need a clip over here to bolt it this way, bolt it that way, and we're good to go. And then we need to verify these through bolts with a pull test. Now, this fire escape seems to be younger than 1978, so it's most likely does not have lead on it. So if it had lead, we'd have to deal with an EPA renovator's license. Any repair work on this must be done with a licensed vendor who must pull a permit as per order of the city official. So all these welded connections, bolts. The only thing I have to discuss with the official as to whether or not he wants metal up here or stone prior to getting to the fire escape. A lot of times they want a catwalk system, so sometimes you need a catwalk along the wall and then feeding this, or he's going to let this be a pre-existing condition because it is also half a roof deck. So we'll discuss that with the city official. All these railings are welded, so we need to have them all backed up with a bolt. All major structural needs to be backed up with bolts, but not all minor. So these down here, we don't need to bolt these. The majors are anything that makes a connection, anything that's a post, anything that's a major tie back. So, for example, on this railing, bolts here, there, corner, frame, but not every bar needs to be bolted. Every bar just needs to be verified that the weld is still in good condition. Prime it, paint it, seal it. So major structural needs to be rebolted. Minor structural needs to be just verified. We need another piece of molding on top of here, or another piece of angle or tube up here, because this is very thin. This is not supposed to be like this. This is only about 5/8 round. No good. Got to go to at least 1.5 1.25 tubing up here, so that's more comfortable, and at least 36 inches from the foot to here, 36 inches, so that when you're grabbing it, you're at 36 inches. And full paint job needed. Any questions? Farscape Engineers, Farscape Engineer Manessis here, 866-649-0333. Again, the city official requires that there's engineer oversight, so they're looking for an engineer of record to oversee the repairs done by a vendor who was using a report submitted by the Farscape Engineer of record in discussions with the fire prevention in the city of Harrison. It is that document that then is used to go pull a permit by the repair vendor, who will be overseen by the Farscape Engineer of record during the repairs, painting of this project, who will then sign off a confidence test at the end. And depending on the final, it's either going to be spot repairs and then into a full load test, or it'll be full refurbishment to avoid the load test. Any questions? Farscape Engineer Manessis here. Farscape Engineers, 866-649-0333.